everybody.
Hi, guys. Well, from literally gorgeous Salt Lake City, Utah,
It's Thank God I'm
the
Atheist.
podcast.
I'm Frank Feldman.
And I'm Dan Beecher.
And coming up today, Dan, we've talked about what to do when the Mormon missionaries arrive at your door, but
Oh,
we've
yeah.
never really talked specifically about what to do when the Jehovah's Witnesses show up to your door.
You know, you'd think it's the same thing, but we have arrived at the idea that maybe there's a difference. And it's not just, I just want to talk about proselytization as a concept.
Yeah, but
what the fuck are you people doing?
Yeah, but it turns out we have a little bit more empathy for the Mormon kids.
Yeah? That's going to
Not surprising.
be... Yeah.
Considering I was once one of those kids.
Yeah, well, you'd think that we would be, hate them or whatever, but no, we don't.
I know. Kind of crazy.
But before we get to that, what do we got?
Well,
Got some stuff.
Dan, you're catching me off guard. I didn't know this was coming.
I should have told you we were going to record a show beforehand.
I know. Okay, well, this, Dan,
Yeah.
have you heard of Our Lady of Lourdes?
Yes.
It's apparently a shrine.
Correct.
Very famous shrine.
Yeah, it had a miracle happen there.
Yeah, something along those lines. Some what? Healing waters, right? There's like a spring.
I swear
Isn't there
that
something like that?
Mary appeared to somebody there or something.
in some healing waters.
Yeah, sure.
Well, that's what this story is about. It's about the healing waters.
Oh, great.
At Lourdes.
Okay.
And the fact that they are, thanks to coronavirus, closed for business.
Oh, no.
You cannot go and get healed currently, and most especially you cannot be healed of coronavirus.
Indeed, you cannot. If they
Why would they keep their healing waters open in such a time of need of healing? Dan, this doesn't make any sense.
It's just rude. And frankly, they should be ashamed of themselves.
Seriously, what are they saying about their healing waters?
if they're closed.
They have no faith in their own healing waters.
Oh, no.
The Lady of Lourdes, she's probably a crying Lady of Lourdes.
Here's the thing about healing waters. That's a claim. If you claim that something heals, you can get sued. So,
Not if it's religious.
yeah, I don't know.
I bet you can claim just about if it's a religious waters, come to our religious waters
We'll
and
see.
be healed.
I'll have a story later on the show.
They say,
Yeah.
that these waters heal people of their ailments. People show up from around the world. Pilgrims,
Yeah.
Dan.
This isn't one of those things where they find out later that the toilet was leaking upstairs the whole time, was it?
No.
Okay.
No, this is...
We've definitely seen that story a time or two.
No, I think... I have not actually seen pictures. I think it's like a bath type thing.
right.
Not like a little tub. It's like hot... Maybe not a hot springs, but it's a thing, and you go and you sit in it, and you wash yourself in the waters, right?
Yeah.
And you wash away whatever your sickness is. And the Our Lady of Lourdes... she'll cure you.
This is in Lourdes, France.
Yes, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, they say our first concern will always be with the safety and health of the pilgrims and the shrine's working community. I just can't get over the fact that they have literally healing waters
that are shut down.
that they shut down. Currently.
Apparently, it doesn't heal your sense of irony.
That it did.
I'm going to take us to Israel now, where there's been trouble right there in Jerusalem City, where a rabbi by the name an ultra orthodox rabbi by the name of Eliezer Berland has now this is a former convicted sex offender who then got out and was allowed to go back into his ministry, and he is a cuckoo bird who he runs one of almost a cult within Judaism sort of thing. And he's recently been indicted by Jerusalem District Court because he has been defrauding his flock for decades now.
Oh.
Things with some really interesting things. He has promised resurrection.
Yeah.
He has promised healing.
Oh, wow.
He has he basically fleeced terminally ill patients with miracle cures, which were apparently often candy, Mentos he would give people,
And the fresh maker.
yeah. So over many years he deliberately tricked people into believing that he could do things like resurrect the dead and cure the incurable.
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
How do you convince people that you have these abilities, like resurrecting the dead,
Yeah.
and you've never succeeded in doing it?
You tell them you have succeeded. What are they going to do? Check? How do you check?
Talk to somebody. Get a testimonial.
Yeah.
I was dead.
Yeah,
It's true.
Exactly.
Here's the medical record.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it again. Let me see it.
Yeah, exactly. Skepticism is not like the highest thing that a cult member has. It's not their best quality.
Yeah, they should work on that
They
skill.
really should. They should really look in. It's really healthy. They should look into it. It's good for you. Yeah. On one occasion, he demanded over almost $6,000 from parents of a cancer patient and promised that their daughter would be cured. He would take money from relatives of a person who was declared brain dead.
Oh, no.
With the promise of a full recovery if they just pay a goodly amount of money.
Oh, my God.
So I guess the lesson here is everybody sucks.
Yeah.
But also, like,
Mainly, though, this guy sucks extra.
yeah. And this guy does suck extra to the point where other rabbis have in the past actually like gotten together and denounced him and stuff.
Jesus
So,
Christ.
yeah.
Wow. All right.
There you go.
Well,
See, we don't only make fun of the Christians. Everybody's shitty.
Everybody.
They're all shitty.
Everyone. Including...
What, us?
No, I was going to say...
Including the Jews?
The Jews.
Yeah, okay.
It was a tricky phrase to ease into.
Yeah.
I saw some pitfalls along the way. I saw some it was problematic sentences were popping into my mind.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't know how to express that
maybe
sentiment.
if you stopped being such an anti-Semite, it would be easier.
Anyway, Dan,
Yeah?
I've got another Corona story. I'm really, really, really sorry. But Iran is just doing it so good over there with Corona.
I mean, your roundup of Iranian Corona stories a couple weeks ago, or last week, was delightful.
Yeah, this isn't quite as good as that one. It's more about just sort of the wheels absolutely coming off in Iran. They've lost one of the Grand Ayatollah, whatever, supreme leader guy. One of his like confidant, like advisors died
of
coronavirus.
He wasn't using enough lavender oil on his butthole.
A lesser Ayatollah's advice.
Yeah.
No, I know. They know how to cure it. He didn't do it.
It's so easy.
It's totally on him.
Maybe there was a run on doTERRA in Tehran.
Here in the United States, it was toilet paper at Costco.
I'm guessing that there's a run on doTERRA here too.
That's actually, you're probably right. Sad as that might be. So apparently the general stance of the Iranian government still is something along the lines of we don't scare the people, right? Which of course leads the country to just kind of go about their business. And they're not doing anything differently, which means the coronavirus is just spreading through the population.
It sounds like the Iranian take on the coronavirus is just Shut up, we're fine.
It really is. So the epicenter of coronavirus is the holy city of Qom, or Qom, maybe.
Okay.
That's where the first few cases in Iran were confirmed. It's a city of about a little over 1 million people. And the Islamic regime that runs the country is still refusing to quarantine the town. And so rather than, not going there like people should be doing or not doing, a lot of religious people have continued their kind of pilgrimage there.
Great.
Right? And
Can they ship in some French water for them?
Well, I don't know. Maybe that would be helpful. Anyway, but apparently people, when they go to this one specific holy tomb, there's a tradition of pilgrims licking the gold-plated lattice windows.
No. What?
This is not a good idea on a normal day.
Listen, don't start a religious tradition based on a dare. This is not how we. This is a bad idea.
Iran is turning out to just be the craziest place.
Oh my God!
People putting oil on their butts. And licking gold-plated lattice windows.
Why licking it?
I don't know.
What is the matter with you people?
Videos are being posted still online. Apparently, it's that you post a video of yourself licking the gold lattice.
Also, it's like kissing the Blarney Stone. But also, don't kiss the Blarney Stone right now.
No, bad idea.
Probably never, but don't.
Yeah, no. So apparently, this is also a belief that this site that by doing this kissing thing or licking rather, that you will can cure infections.
Oh, see, it cures. It doesn't create it.
Right. So
it cures it.
What we have is an example of the Catholic Church actually being responsible, right? And shutting down something that they know doesn't do anything.
Right.
And we have an example from Iran of the Muslim world just being like, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay,
lick to your heart's content.
Just so that you know, I wanted to see a picture of this lattice that you were talking about.
Really?
I did search do a search, and I couldn't think of like what search term to use, and I'm paying attention to you.
Dicey.
Definitely don't search licking lattice, because it's all porn. Apparently, everything. The entire first page is just. I don't know if lattice is somebody's name, but Latisse. I made bad choices. Oh my goodness.
So the Ayatollah Ahmad Marvi, he's the custodian of the holy shrine. That I think it's the same holy shrine.
Okay.
And he said that he would shut the site down if Tehran would just say shut it down. But unfortunately, there are a lot of radical figures in the government that believe that essentially this Marvi fellow quote, they believe that this would go down in history as a disgrace if they abandoned the holy sites and ceased religious duties due to a disease outbreak.
Oh my God.
Oh, this is actually, I'm sorry. It's not Marvi. It's this other guy that said that. But nonetheless, somebody in Iran said it.
Oh my God. People licking. It's not. Yeah. Well,
there you have it.
There you go.
Iran, yes, as I've pointed out on Twitter, is fucked.
Yeah,
it's fucked.
Look, the one thing that I can say is I don't doubt people's religious sincerity. When they know that coronavirus is out there and they're licking a lattice, I at least can say I believe that you believe this stuff.
How about lick gold-plated lattice QOM. That's the name of the town. That would probably pull up some pictures.
I found some.
You found some?
I
Okay.
eventually found
All right.
some.
And they do. They lick it?
Yeah.
That's
There it is. Licking.
disgusting.
So there you go.
Licking.
I'm going to take us back here stateside to the fine state of New Jersey, where there are lots and lots of Catholics. And now we've done stories before about Catholic priests denying communion to like politicians.
Yeah.
Or whatever, because they are pro-abortion, or at least not anti-abortion enough, or whatever.
Yeah.
This is the first time I found this on Hemant Mehta's blog on the Friendly Atheist. This is the first time I've heard about this. A child, an 8-year-old, was denied first communion.
Okay.
Now, apparently, the way that communion works in the Catholic Church is, long about 8 years old. You're old enough for your first communion if you are deemed to understand the importance of it, or something like that.
Oh, okay.
You have a little interview or something.
Oh, okay.
Well, this kid is apparently autistic and nonverbal.
Oh.
Fine. Except that they denied him his first communion.
What?
How dickish do you have to be as a priest to deny an autistic kid first communion?
Well, I mean, did he understand it? Did he understand the importance?
Apparently he didn't indicate that was the case.
Well, that's on him.
Then that's on you.
Yeah.
Learn to talk. If you,
I think that this priest was doing exactly
well,
what he's charged to do.
yeah, I guess so.
Well, I mean,
His dad-
what was his take? Was this priest like, this is an innocent,
his dad on
right, who doesn't
Facebook
understand?
No.
That wasn't his stance?
Well, what his dad on Facebook said was that that their position, I guess so, that their position was that he was unable to determine right from wrong due to his disability, and they feel that he is not up to the, quote, benchmark required to make his communion. Did they ask anybody about it? Because autism doesn't mean, like, too stupid to understand right from wrong.
Right.
But apparently, by the way, they've gotten the new information has come to light.
Oh, about autism.
Exactly. They learned what autism was, and now he's going to be able to take his.
Oh, well, good.
So the indoctrination can go forward. It can proceed. Thank God. But because they were blocking it.
Poor kid.
I know. People who are non-neurotypical don't have enough to battle against without priests shitting on them.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Father.
And parents forcing religion on them.
Right.
That's fun too.
Hey, maybe Anthony will grow up knowing that it's all bullshit.
Oh, guaranteed Anthony sees through it.
Because of all of this. Anthony's like, oh, yeah, I get it. I'm not going to say anything because I don't, but I get it.
All right, well, Dan, here's one to watch.
Ooh.
Every once in a while, these stories, it's not so much what has happened, it's what we should be paying attention to.
Oh, it's
kind of exciting, Dan.
Oh, ongoing.
Ongoing.
All right.
You've heard it first here.
Yeah.
Argentina.
Okay. I've heard of that from elsewhere.
It exists.
Okay.
It is a country in South America.
Yes, indeed.
Is on track to become the first major Latin American country to legalize abortion.
Wow.
Very Catholic country.
Yeah.
Very Catholic part of this world.
I'm a little shocked that there aren't any that have legal abortion.
Not the big ones.
Huh. Probably
You got one of your smaller countries that has figured something out. Right.
Sure.
Fine. Right. But as far as the big countries in Latin America.
Interesting.
So their president, one Mr. Alberto Fernandez, he says he's sending a legal abortion bill to Congress.
Wow.
And the way that this article makes it sound, it does stand a chance. This is not the first attempt to legalize abortion in Argentina. They tried a couple years ago, and it did kind of fall apart. But there was a failure of the president at the time to get behind it.
Interesting.
And so now they think that things are kind of a little bit different.
That's
and
fascinating.
And it might actually happen. And I just thought that was worth bringing up because, we're about to get rid of it.
Yeah. Here in this state.
So there's that.
It's good to know that Utah is swapping places with Argentina. Or what did you say? Was it Argentina?
Argentina, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
It's just how things work out, how it's the balance,
the great ebb and flow.
Right.
It's the vibrations.
Here,
the energies of the universe must be in balance, and so when one thing goes down, another thing must come up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to stick to south of here and take us to Brazil, where a religious leader. An evangelical church in Brazil is now, sadly, under investigation.
Oh.
The police are looking into them.
Okay.
And all they did, and it's just crazy to me that the police think that there could possibly be a crime here, is apparently they have consecrated oil that they will sell you to protect you from coronavirus.
Oh.
They're trying to help the people.
Yeah.
I just think I think
everybody knows consecrated oil is the way.
Consecrate
the best.
Yeah.
It's
funny. I was having a conversation.
I use it for everything.
I was having a conversation just today about oil. So the Mormons have consecrated oil that they do their priesthood blessings with.
They're for healing.
All of the men who are, over a certain age who have the priesthood, they carry around, a lot of them carry around a little vial of blessed oil.
Yeah.
That at any moment, they could whip it out and drip it on your head and give you a blessing.
Yeah.
And the oil, the blessing doesn't take without the oil. It's basically you don't want to, you know how you don't want to fry or saute without some oil? Pan.
It's a mess. You'll just burn everything.
It's the same thing with blessings, basically. But it's always it's like an olive oil, right? You know the rules.
It's extra virgin olive oil.
Okay.
Right? Has to be extra virgin.
I'm just shocked.
I'm not sure why.
Here's
the EEOV.
Yeah. Well, as Rachel Ray was very clear about this.
Yeah, so you
EVOO is what you.
What did I say?
I don't know. You said some random letters.
VVJQ. No, so you put the little bit of olive oil in your little vial, and you have to. This is everybody. This is one of those weird magical corners of Mormonism.
Yeah,
that's so bizarre, but it's just enough behind closed doors that it's been allowed to just stay weird.
Yeah.
So you pour a little oil into the little vial, and you have to leave the lid off.
Right, because God can't bless something through a lid.
So you leave the lid off, and then you say a little kind of rote prayer about I so-and-so, by the power of the holy Melchizedek priesthood, I so-and-so, consecrate this oil and set it apart for the blessing and healing of the sick or something like that. Right. Something along those lines. It's been at least 25 years since I've been near anything like this.
Right.
Well, 23 years.
Well, here's what I was wondering about.
So you do that whole thing.
Yeah.
Right. And then you carry it around. It turns rancid at some point because you don't use it all the time.
Right.
This is really just
guys carry these
dying
the
in the
same
hospital,
thing around for
or about
12
to get
years or something.
Surgery.
Yeah.
Or one of your kids is really sick, and then you might give a father's blessing and put a little oil on and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I was wondering,
it's cuckoo.
Considering how into essential oils Utahns are.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that I haven't heard about somebody consecrating lavender oil or something like that.
It probably has happened.
I'm guessing it's happening.
There's some corner where it's happening.
Yeah.
Like, remember this again. How much do Mormons talk about this particular practice? It's pretty just kind of this thing that happens, and nobody. It's not that it's a secret, just nobody ever really talks about it. It doesn't come up.
Yeah.
Right? That's funny.
Yeah. So anyway, this guy is hawking. He's
God.
being investigated for the crime of charlatanism.
Where was he again?
Brazil.
Brazil. That's right. Sure, that's a crime.
Yeah.
Wow.
It should be a crime. That is a crime. It should be.
Yeah.
They may be adding the crime of fraud to that if they can find that he was selling it. It looks like he might have.
Being a charlatan being a fraud?
Oh, you clearly don't understand the subtleties. Anyway, listen, if you kids know the difference between charlatan and fraud, feel free to write into us. podcast@thankgodimatheist.com is the email address.
Or you can call and leave us a voicemail message. The telephone number is 424-666-8442.
Yeah, go to the Facebook page, facebook.com/TGIAtheist. Click like.
And while you're on Facebook, search for the TGIA Members Only Lounge and request to join. It is a closed group. We will let you in. Find us on Twitter. It's at TGI Atheist.
Tweet us.
Is that what you do?
I don't know. Frank.
Damn.
Patty boy.
Oh, thank God.
Oh,
thank God.
We
get so few more of these.
I know. We got to take him while we can get him.
His turtleneck is just swallowing him up.
The man is turning see-through just as a human being. I also think that if his hairline weren't what it is, you wouldn't be able to tell him from an old lady. Frankly, he would be brilliant casting for some horror movie. I'm just going to throw
These
that
old
out.
ladies are...
Because
I don't get...
old... Like,
you just said a few sentences there.
I'm just saying he's a creepy old person, and it's a little scary. And now all he wears is turtlenecks with blazers, which I think is amazing.
Carl Sagan it up.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
See, somebody should tell him about that. If they find out, if he finds out that he's Carl Sagan, he's doing Carl Sagan fashion. That's be like atheist fashion, right?
Billions and billions.
Anyway, thank God for him. He got a letter from somebody who really needs his help, and boy, is he going to help.
Okay, this is Destiny, who says, I'm 16 years old. I have a serious fear of thunderstorms. I'm afraid that the lightning will strike me down. Yet I tell myself that God wouldn't allow it and that he controls the storm, but I'm still afraid. How do I get rid of my fear?
Well, the Bible says perfect love casts out fear, for fear has torment. What you've got to do is believe God. So you get hit by lightning. So big deal. So you die. So you know the Lord. So what happens when you die? You go to be with Jesus. So you're better off.
That's the short version.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, honestly. No, but seriously. But you want to, if you're afraid of lightning, lightning will come out of a conductor. So make sure you got rubber shoes on and you're not exposing yourself to lightning. But lightning doesn't come down from upstairs. It comes from the bottom up, and then it meets with a cloud, and you get the explosion. So you're not going to get hit by lightning, so just chill, okay?
All right. Oh, he is bringing down the house.
They were a little punchy over at CBN.
They really were.
700 Club.
Yeah.
Why are they picking on this kid?
Just shut up and don't worry about it, dipshit.
This is like the least empathetic, the least helpful response.
I have a terrible phobia. Well, don't, idiot. Stop it.
Wear rubber shoes.
Look, what's the worst that can happen? You die, then you get to be with God, moron. Enjoy it.
Isn't that awesome?
Just go out. You should try to get hit by lightning, probably. Go out there and get a golf club and hold it up high. See what you can do.
It's just unfathomable. I cannot imagine that this is the advice that they gave, and they're literally yucking it up.
Yeah, People in the studio are dying.
Yeah.
What is happening? I also love that he tries to give a little science lesson in the middle there. Maybe it's the Carl Sagan thing. I don't know. But then he loses track of his own point midway through, and then it's just chill out.
Yeah.
Chill. Good Lord, old man.
Oh, amazing. Absolutely amazing.
People, literally, baby boomers look at him and go, okay, boomer.
No, they're okay silent generation.
Okay, so please try to live up to your generation's name. Just shh. Just shh.
No kidding.
Okay. Well, we had lots of people write into us. Sorry if we don't get around to all of it. We often can't get around to everybody's letters on the air, but just know that we love you. Anyway, Elliot wrote in, Frank, Dan, loved your Lent conversation.
Yeah.
I also tend to think there's some value in extending a modicum of discipline, if only to remind oneself that you can do without sometimes.
Yeah.
Perhaps this kind of discipline is a good antidote to the materialism here in the U.S.
Yeah.
I've recently been fasting for 24 hours once a week. Maybe kind of a fad.
Don't do that.
I'm probably not. Probably
awful.
the benefits are oversold. Don't tell them what to do. It's none of your business, Franklin.
Sounds awful.
I do think there may be some long-term health benefits, but part of the appeal is that I end up taking food less for granted and feel more chill about occasional privations.
Okay.
I listen to a number of podcasts, and you guys are easily my favorite. Best, Elliot. Well,
thank you.
Thank you, Elliot.
That's awesome.
Isaac wrote into us, you should warn your listeners that shopping for Catholics on Ash Wednesday could lead to a nasty surprise when they instead end up with a Lutheran, Anglican, Methodist, Baptist, or Presbyterian. Remember, I made a joke about somebody made a joke about if you want a good Catholic man on Ash Wednesday, God marked him for you.
Right, okay.
Apparently not. All these other groups and a dozen others observe Ash Wednesday and commonly put ash crosses on foreheads. They should check for other symptoms of Catholicism before they launch their Hail Mary to impress their ash-encrusted target. Happy hunting, says Isaac. That's cute. This is from Pope Crystal.
Oh, hi, Pope.
One of the popes of our little universe. Hey, Frank and Dan, a couple of episodes ago, you were talking about saying bless you when people sneeze. I've always thought it was really weird that we even have this social custom. We don't acknowledge other bodily functions, so why do we acknowledge this one? Mm-hmm. I always say Gesundheit when someone ejaculates. I just think it's polite. My solution to this is when someone that knows that I'm atheist says bless you, I say no thanks. And if they're confused, I tell them I'd rather not be blessed, so you don't need to do that. If it's a random person I don't really want to get into it with, like at work, I just don't say anything. I don't say thank you, I just don't reply. Anyway, love the show.
The non-acknowledged blessing.
Bless you.
Silence.
Mm-hmm.
Awkward.
Yeah, that sounds like you won't be making any friends doing it, but
I told everybody to stop blessing me.
Yeah.
But the context of it, and I wasn't even thinking about the whole being an atheist thing.
Oh.
I was just like, I sneeze too much. Right. Stop it.
Right.
It's gonna wear out your vocal cords.
You're
gonna get tired of
You're gonna break yourself. Just take it easy.
I'm letting everybody off the hook.
Yeah.
You don't have to say it.
Yeah.
And they don't anymore. It's awesome.
Yeah. There you go. There are ways that people can show their appreciation for the show.
This is true.
And we would like to ask that if you want to show your appreciation for our show, you go to thankgodimatheist.com. Mm-hmm. You click the support tab.
Yeah.
And you become one of the legions of people. It's a very small legion of people. I don't know. How big's a legion? Now I don't know how big a legion is. Is it a battalion? Do we have a legion? I don't know. I don't know the size of things. Anyway,
we have a company.
We would very much appreciate it if you would support our efforts on this show by going to our Patreon, by becoming a patron of the show. You choose at what level you want to become a patron. It's whatever you can afford, whatever you can handle. There's no upper limit, so go crazy if you want to. But you just choose how much per episode you want to give, and we would really appreciate your patronage. So again, that's just thankgodimatheist.com, and then you find the little support tab, and there you go.
Yeah, and as always, Dan,
Yes.
we have our top donor
Yeah.
to thank, our Lord and Savior,
Praise be.
Davis!
Hallelujah.
Dan,
Yes, Frank.
so a couple months ago, the doorbell rang
Oh.
at my house.
Ding
right?
dong.
And, that's not a normal occurrence when,
No.
I'm not expecting someone.
No, nobody ever wants to go to your house.
Indeed. I have a little dog that freaks out
Yeah, a little
when people ring
yippy
the-
little one.
I wouldn't say he's yippy.
If someone rings the doorbell.
I would say he's yappy.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
There's a little bit of a distinction.
Excellent distinction.
there. He freaks out. He loses his mind.
Yes.
Right. And so I went running to the door. I pick him up, and I notice as I'm running to pick up the dog that there's a couple people outside the door, but I know they're people that I don't recognize, but I haven't figured out who they are yet.
Right.
And so I pick him up, I look up, and I'm like, those are Jehovah's Witnesses, because it's a door with a big glass panel.
Right.
Right. You can just see right out.
Right.
And I'm like, those are Jehovah's Witnesses. And I'm holding the dog with one hand, and I just look at him, and I shake my head, and I waggle my finger, and I'm like, no way. And I just turn around and walk away.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't know if that was the right way to handle it.
Well, look, there's no one right way to handle it. When someone is coming to your door to annoy you about their religion.
Yeah. Can I share you the one about the text message? I'll be really brief.
What is it?
I got a random text message on my phone sharing it basically said something like, hi, this is John with the Jehovah's Witnesses. And I'm like, excuse me? And it's this huge long text message. There's Bible verses quoted. He's wishing me a good day. And at the very end of the thing, he's like, and no worries, you're not on any list. We randomly text telephone numbers. Have a nice day. And I was incensed. And I did not respond in a civil manner. It was worse than the finger waggle.
Yeah.
Because it was an index finger. It wasn't other fingers.
Right.
Right. It was a polite finger, but it was still.
You were saying, no.
This was I let him have it.
Wow.
And I was just like, you're telling me that you guys go around and knock on doors unannounced. And now you're randomly sending out texting people to their phones. Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
But can you fucking believe it?
I can believe it.
Invasion into your own space and into your time and into your life, and with the bullshittiest of messages.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. Is that their message ain't great.
Yeah.
Like what they're selling. The Mormons, they're what they're selling. Their unique spin on Christianity is hey, we got a whole other book.
Right.
So that's great.
More reading.
Listen, if you thought the Bible was boring, we can take it to the whole nother level.
We got more for you.
But also, your family is together forever. Don't ask how that works, because it doesn't make logical sense.
Ceiling.
But magically, we can keep your whole family together forever, which is not a selling point for a lot of people that I know. Okay, my family's fine, but
Can I pick which family members?
Yeah, who? You tell me who. I don't want all of them.
Because there's some that, yeah, great.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of
Yeah.
forever.
For
Like, how?
Do I have to be with them the whole time? Can I? Are there vacations? What's the deal there?
Yeah.
But anyway, they have some selling points that are their own thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't get the sense that Jehovah's Witnesses have anything other than just we believe in the Bible and our lives are less fun. So does anybody?
They're selling a sense of superiority.
Well, there is that.
Right.
We have the only truth.
Yeah.
Everybody else is Christianing totally wrong.
Exactly.
There's a limited, like, heaven is a very exclusive place. There's a limited number of people allowed in.
Yeah.
And everybody else
There's only so much space.
But there's only so much space. God is like there's an allotted number of seats. It's a limited seating event.
Yeah.
And not everybody gets to come.
Yeah.
So you better fucking work your ass off.
Yeah.
It's so funny to me. But here's the thing. What brought this up for me was today I was taking a walk in the park because it was a gorgeous day.
Yeah.
And there were Jehovah's Witnesses in the park. And this is a park where I've been many, many times, and I don't normally see them there.
Okay.
I'm hoping it's not a trend.
Right.
But maybe it is. Maybe they're there now. Maybe that's part of the park now.
Ugh.
But I looked at these people, and here's the funny thing about a stupid cult, which definitely they are a stupid cult.
Yeah.
Stupid cults are made of nice people. You know what I mean? Like, they're just normal, good, nice people. So I don't ever want to be rude to them.
I don't know. I watched that whole Rajneeshi thing, and they weren't all nice.
Are you kidding me? The people that they interviewed after the fact about it, they all
What's her bucket?
Well, okay, she's not nice. But
She was not nice.
She was great though. She was kind of my hero in the whole. Like she's probably a murderer and whatever, but she was
She was a nice murderer.
She was fascinating. I was on board with her.
Okay. Anyway, total tangent.
Anyway, I just look at these people, these very nice people who are standing next to racks that have literature.
Do they have to get like a permit to put up the rack?
Probably not. I don't know.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't mind them like standing there. But if you're putting a rack up,
yeah,
can you just do that?
Yeah, probably. Look, it is always funny because, and these guys didn't even engage with me as I'm walking past. I thought for sure they'd say something, and I was like, I saw them from a distance, and so I'm like in the back of my head, I'm thinking about what I might say to them or whatever.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I know some shit about your dumb religion.
Yeah.
And it's not just the funny things like, oh, you don't celebrate Christmas or Halloween or whatever, or birthdays. Also, so what I decided I would say is, if they said, hey, are you interested in, your salvation? I would say, tell me about what happens if I join and I get all of my family members to join and then one of them leaves. Are we all on board with that? How does that work? Because if your answer is I have to shun them, fuck you, you're in a cult.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to shun. Like, how do you justify that and square it with the idea that Jesus is love?
Well, you could also maybe have been like, I've been thinking about molesting some children.
Now, you guys will cover that shit up for me, right? Look,
because I need some people to help me out here, right? And I understand that you guys, you're into that.
You guys get each other's back, and I'm down with that.
I think
we're gonna do some crime, and you guys are gonna cover that shit up, right? I'm gonna pay my dues, and you guys are gonna cover up my.
I'll give up Christmas.
Yeah,
I'll give up my birthday.
I don't even care about that.
That one will hurt because I have a really awesome birthday party every year, but I'll give it up.
I'm gonna give it up, but you guys gotta have my back when the shit goes down. Are you on board with this? Yeah, that's the thing is. The thing is that these people believe. Here's the thing. Here's the question I want to ask.
Okay.
Because you teased at the top of the show that you and I are more sympathetic to dopey Mormon missionaries.
Yeah, like we're like the worst we've ever come up with to torment them is to just have them do household duties and chores.
And again, we cannot emphasize this enough to our listeners. It's not torturing them. It's a kindness.
They're going to be so happy to mow your lawn.
Put them to work. If you encounter Mormon missionaries,
cleaning out your garage.
if you need to lift something and you don't put them to work, they will gladly take time out of their day. They'll come back the next day to help you. And they can justify it all ecclesiastically.
Yeah.
It's perfect for them.
Yeah.
So definitely have them do your chores for you. Don't have them teach you the Mormon lessons.
They'll just be like, okay, just whisk them out the door whenever they
promise you cannot learn anything about Mormonism from them. But you can get them to do your chores and they'll be fine. Here's the thing though. They are just kids who are under tremendous pressure from their family, from their society, from their social circle.
Yeah.
To go and
do this thing. Right. Go spend 2 years of their life and they do literally nothing else.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's awful. It's absolutely awful.
It's a terrible thing. Meanwhile, the
it's also
Jehovah's Witnesses...
a great time. I had a good time.
Okay, great. I would have been miserable the entire time. I'm so glad I didn't go on a mission.
It was awful. Except for the good times.
Anyway, the difference here is we're going to talk about adult people who don't leave their lives.
Yeah.
This is part of their life.
This is their hobby. This is what they do on Saturdays.
They go out and they proselytize.
Ugh.
Now, here's the thing. I've always logically had it makes sense to me that if you believe that you have eternal knowledge that will save people's souls forever, that you should feel an obligation to share it with people.
Yeah, right?
That makes a logical sense to me.
Yeah. I don't know where you got these like crazy socialist ideas though. Like this is not how you can also hoard. You can also like sit on what you have and not share it.
Well,
right?
There is that.
And I would say I especially in this case, I prefer that.
You guys probably should hang on to this. Don't tell nobody about it. Again, you're the ones who came up with the limited number.
For 100 for you. You're going to it.
You're the ones who came up with that idea. Don't go sharing this shit. I know they opened up another room.
144,000. Yeah, and then there's like overflow, right?
They opened up an overflow room, but that's still limited too. You guys should be hanging on to this. You should not be telling other people about it. There's like 7 billion humans on this planet. There's no
at this moment.
Yeah, and just growing.
Yeah.
You really shouldn't be telling people.
And people are being born and dying all the time.
Listen, so
many souls that you're fighting, that you're contending with.
Somebody that you convert, could be better than you
and bump you out
and knock you out of contention. What the hell? This is just bad social planning right here. Bad strategy.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I do have sympathy for the idea of proselytization, but they're not there. But what becomes very clear when you see them, like, you know, you go to the subway stop in New York or whatever, and they're barking at people, you know, you're going to lose your everlasting soul or whatever. They're not there to convert jack shit. They're there to make themselves feel superior, because that was the one thing that they can have is that superiority feeling. And they're there to put in the hours to get themselves into heaven.
Yeah.
They got a quota. They don't know what it is, probably. They don't know how many hours it takes, but
10,000. It's that whole
It's Malcolm Gladwell thing. Sure, absolutely. He was talking an eternal truth when he came up with that 10,000 hours idea. Yeah, I think I think some of them, their heart's in the right place, but man, oh man, and if you've ever tried to actually talk to them, it's just sad. There's never anything good that comes of it.
No, I can't. I can't.
I wouldn't.
This is like the worst. This is like things of nightmares for me. Like, I know people will be like, oh my God, I ran into the mission, like emailing us. Right? Oh, I ran into the missionaries. They
They were
came
nice.
around.
They were sweet or
yeah.
whatever.
And I'm just like, oh God, I'm glad you're doing that.
Yeah.
Right. Because it is like skin crawly awful. Like I shop at a supermarket where there's a lot of missionaries.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Okay.
You know the one.
Yeah.
Right. And I see him at the end of the aisle. When I'm turning down into it, I'll come back. I turn around. I go to some other part of the supermarket.
Nobody needs peanut butter that much.
I cannot handle more Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
I love their Kool-Aid.
You know, I've said this many times. This is sort of my take on missionaries, people who proselytize in general, is just that missionaries have mouths but not ears.
Yeah.
And there's no way you're going to convince them of anything.
Right.
There's no there's no back and forth. There's just a forth.
Right.
And they just want to talk to you, and they don't want to hear from you. They don't want to know your opinion about anything. They just want to tell you things and then trick you into being in part of their dumb religion.
Yeah. I was actually in line at the checkout, and I'm standing there and I hear this hi behind me. And the only in the kind of way that somebody says hi who knows you.
Okay.
Right. And I turn around and it's a goddamn Mormon missionary. And I'm just like, he's like, no. And I turn around and I just put my back just squared off my back toward him. And like he and his companion went and got in another line.
Oh my
God.
God.
I talk about having empathy for them. I guess I really don't have that much empathy for them. Because like it is, and it's something in me, I'm so cringy.
Yeah.
About like what they're doing and what their life is about and their headspace. And it's like the worst cringy show you've ever watched. And my thing is, when a show gets cringy, if I'm into it and I do want to watch it, I pause it and I leave until the cringe goes down
and
then
until the meter reads a lower number.
It wears off, and then I go and I press play again, right? And then it cringes, and I have to walk away, right? And so I have this like cringy thing, and I cringe.
Yeah,
it's bad. Is that bad? Do I need to get over something?
I don't know. Here's what you
through something.
What you don't need to do is actually engage these people, because I've tried. I really have, and I wanted to be warm and kind and cordial to people who are proselytizing, and then they ask me some theological question, and I'm like, oh, let me get you to a place. Let's have a conversation. And I think to myself, this is going to be interesting. The problem is, it's never fucking interesting. Oh, God. They're so locked down in their brains that you can't actually penetrate the wall after wall after wall of rhetorical bullshit.
Yeah. And
so, no, you never get to anywhere interesting. It's always boring. It's always stupid. I mean, if you ask them about their day, that's small talk, and small talk's boring too.
Yeah.
Really, just give them some water and send them on their way. Yeah. I do like if you're approached on the street, I think that probably the best thing to say if someone says, "Hey, can I tell you about blank?"
Yeah.
is just nope. Make it as solid and as strong as you can. Don't need anything more than that. Just a really powerful nope. And then walk the fuck away.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, I bet some of our people have stories of non-cringeworthy or extra cringeworthy encounters with proselytizing people. I would love to hear them. I know you would love to hear them. Write to us. Send them in to us. podcast@thankgodimatheist.com.
Or call and tell us your story.
Yeah, but if you can keep it under 3 minutes, you can get your voice on the podcast.
424-666-8442.
Yeah. Go to the Facebook page, facebook.com/TGIAtheist. Click the like button. Enjoy the content.
Also, while on Facebook, search for the TGIA Members Only Lounge and request to join. It is a closed group. We will let you in, but the closed thing is what makes it like nice because it's moderated. and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
And then also you can find us on Twitter at TGI Atheist.
Yeah. Frank tweets now.
Yeah,
On
I
occasion.
can't promise a constant stream of tweets.
No.
Like
but,
I like
but
a
you're
lot of
twittering.
I find something that I'm incensed about, that I can not say something absolutely horrifying about, because there was something that happened this week that I was like, can't send that tweet out to the world. That's
So
bad.
go see
Go
Frank's,
see how well I'm restraining myself.
restraint and yeah on the Twitter. Hey, speaking of social media, thanks so much to Mackenzie for all of her hard work on the Facebook page. Thanks to Danny and Amy for being moderators on the Members Only Lounge.
And a big thanks goes out to the Red Rock Hot Club for the use of their music, and also to Gordon Johnston for the use of his music.
And a big thanks to all of your cute ears for listening to us.
Bye bye.